Hello everyone, welcome to the video series of the subject Object-Oriented Programming using Java. Myself, Hemali Shah, I am working as an assistant professor in LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. Now in this video lecture, I am going to cover the topic Java operators. Now this particular topic is a part of unit number 1, Basics of Java. So let's learn about the Java operators. So what is the use of Java operator? The use of Java operator is basically used to manipulate the variable values, and to make a logic of your program we are actually using this operators, right? So this operator basically used to make a statement of your Java program, and we are making a statement to build the logic of the Java program. Now arithmetic operators are available, relational operators are available, bitwise operators are available, logical operators are available, assignment operators are available, conditional operators are available. So these many operators we are using. So let's moving forward and understand this all the operators. Arithmetic operators you all are already using from the C language, right? So used to make a mathematical expression in the same way that you are using in a calculation, in your algebraic calculation, that you can make inside the program also by using this arithmetic operator. These arithmetic operators are plus, minus, then multiplication we are using star, then division operator, then modulo operator, then prefix, increment decrement operator, post increment as well as pre increment we are using plus plus and minus minus. Decrement, for the decrement purpose we are using the minus minus. Then as an assignment, additive assignment, we are using this plus n equals to, minus n equals to, division n equals to, and modulo n equals to. This will again in a list of this assignment operator also, but this will be a this is also arithmetic operator. So this we are actually making a addition and subtraction and division, or making any algebraic calculation, right? So arithmetic operators example, whenever you are going to create some program, what kind of syntax you will use? Say for the example, this is the syntax. If I want to make a addition of two numbers 1 plus 1, then we are using the plus with two 1 literals, right? And we are storing the answer in a variable a. This multiplication you can use with the any variable. This b divide by 4, this b is a variable. We are dividing the 4 value with b value, and we are storing the result in a c value. Such a syntax you can create in your Java code. This d equals to c minus a, this e, integer e equals to minus d. This is the negative value we are making from the d, and we are storing the result into e, right? This f we are making the 10 modulo 2, and the result will be stored inside this f value. This a equals to a plus 4. Then you can write this particular thing with the a plus n equals to 4 also. So whenever this left hand and right hand value of this equals to signs are same, at that time you can use this advanced arithmetic operator also, right? So this two statements becomes the same, a equals to a plus 4, or you are making a plus n equals to 4. You can use this increment operator x plus plus. This will be a same as x equals to x plus 1, right? So let's moving forward about the relational operator. The second one is relational operator. It is basically used to create the conditional expression which is used with the while loop, for loop, do while loop, and if statement. We are making these statements by using the conditional operator, right? So to actually we are making a logic by using this relational operator. It actually returns the Boolean value. So by using this Boolean value, you can implement the flow of your program, right? Operators are available as which are works as a relational operators are equal equals to, that actually checks the equality between the variables or values. Not equals to, making a not equals to mechanism between the variable and value, it actually returns the true if two things are not equal. If two things are equal, then it actually returns the false, right? The greater than, less than, greater than equals to, and less than equals to, that we are making to check whether something is greater or something is lesser than some value. So actually this all are available that we are using with the for, while, and this if, to make a logical functionality of our program, right? Now this bitwise operator actually works, which applies with the integer value, long value, byte value and char value only. So what will happen, it actually performs the operation bit by bit. So first it converts into binary value, then binary 0 and 1. It by using this binary 0 and 1 value, it actually operates bit by bit and generates the result. Now this bitwise operators are this NOT, that means we are making a NOT of the actual value, AND of the values, OR of the values, then XOR of the values. This exclusive OR we are making as a caret sign. Then shift operators, these three shift operators are available. Shift right operator, shift right unsigned field 0 operator, left shift operator, and this all we can use with the equal sign. This all are the advanced assignment operator that we can also use with the bitwise operator. So how this bitwise operator works? So let's understand. This bitwise operator actually works on bit by bit, and it performs the operation bit by bit. How it works and how it applies the logic. So if you are knowing this truth table for the bitwise operator, the possible values for the two variables are only 4. Either these two variables can be a 0 0, 1 0, 0 1, 1 1, right? Now if we are making a OR, and then XOR and NOT operator, then if you are knowing this truth table, then you can skip this particular portion. Now AND actually returns 1 when this all the values are 1, or returns 1 if any of the value is 1. This XOR returns 1 when both the value are different, right? And this NOT actually complement the actual value. So this is the truth table. Now by using this truth table, actually Java bitwise operator generates the outputs. So first of all, let's take one example. This A is equals to 60, B is equals to 13, and now first of all it actually converts into binary format, and this binary format will become like this. This 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 will be the value that represents 60. This 4 0 1 1 0 1 represent the value 13. You just need to convert decimal to binary and represent it. Now if you are using A and B in your program, then it actually performs bit by bit AND operation. That means 0 1 will become 0, 0 0 becomes 0, 1 1 become 1, 1 1 become 1, then 1 0. If you are using all 0 with actual any value, and if you are making an AND operation, your result will be 0. So this will become a binary value that will be the answer of this A and B, and this value will be converted into decimal, and you will get the answer from this decimal value, right? And this OR operation, it again performs bit by bit. This XOR operation again perform bit by bit. You can try it with yourself and perform bit by bit operation. You will get this thing. This NOT operation again performs bit by bit, right? So such a bitwise operation works. For example, if we are taking A equals to 3, then your value will be represented as a 0 0 1 1, right? This B equals to 6, your value will become a 0 1 1 0. Now if you are making this OR operation with A or B and storing inside the C, this C you will What will be the value of C? What will be the value of D if you are storing A and B in a D? E, A XOR B. And if you are using the OR operation with the different kind of expression that you are using, more than one expression you are using, and you are in between the expression, if you are using the OR, what will happen? You just need to try it with yourself and find out the result for it, right? You just need to print this A, B, C, D values in system.out.println. First of all, make it in your notebook, then and only then try in your laptop or computer and compile it and find out the answer and match your answer with the compiled result or result that is visible in your program. Right now, logical operator, this AND, this OR, and this NOT basically use between the more than one condition, and it actually called as a short circuit operators. This conditional AND is a logical AND operator. This conditional OR is a logical OR operator, and NOT is logical NOT operator, right? So it actually performs left to right, and it performs the AND operation between the result of the expression that you have used in the condition mapping. This we are generally using in a if, for, and while loops, right? Now the assignment operator that actually assigns the value to the left hand side variable, and this equals to, plus n equals to, minus n equals to, star n equals to, the divide n equals to, modulo n equals to, this all are the assignment operator, and this all the assignment operator that we are already knowing, seen inside the arithmetic operator also, right? And the next is conditional operator. This conditional operator having the sign question mark and colon. This is also called as a ternary operator. This basically used to assign a value to this variable. If the condition becomes true, then it assigns the first part, otherwise it assigns the next part. The goal of this operator is to decide which value should be assigned to particular left hand side variable, right? So here the syntax is like this: expression 1, then question mark, then expression 2, then colon, then expression 3. For example, variable is x, and then expression value, then expression 2 will be assigned to this x if the condition becomes true. Expression 3 will be assigned to this x if condition becomes false in expression 1, right? So based on the expression 1, it actually assigns the value to this particular left hand side variable. So let's try this conditional operator. If this a and b are the variable, a having 10 value and b equals to, I am checking the condition a equals to 1, then question mark 20 or colon 30. What will be assigned inside the b? Can you judge? A not equals to 1, right? This is a false, that's why it assigns 30 to this b value. So this answer of this b will become a 30. Now I am reassigning the value inside b. This a equals to 10 having the true value, that's why it assigned the 20 to this b. So second time you will get 20. So this will be the answer of this two system.out.println statement in your program. Such a ternary operator works in your program. Right now, expression and precedence of this Java operator. So whenever you are making expression by using the multiple operators, then what should be the order of the execution in your program? That is actually judged by using the precedence Java operators order. Say for the example, this is the expression. I am using plus and multiplication operator star in the single expression. So what will happen? What should be the answer of this x? Can you judge? Will it be like this? First is add this 3 into 7, that will become a 10, then multiplied it by 2, then you will get the 20. Is it correct? No, it is not correct, because it actually generates the 13. How? So first of all, it multiplied 3 with the 2 and generate the answer equals to 6. Then it makes the addition with the 7. Then how you can decide this will execute first, then it will execute? This is, you can decide by using the precedence order of operators, right? This precedence actually defines the order of the evaluation of the operators in an expression row. And say for the example, such a big expression you can make by using the parenthesis also. So here this whole equation I have converted into Java expression. Such a big expression you can create. So you have to decide which should be execute first, right? And you can make such a expression, big expression, by using this particular operators. Now what is the order of the precedence order? So here the highest order is a postfix. That means if you are calling a function, if you are using the brackets with the array, then this 2 will execute first, and the associativity is always left to right. Now unary operator always works right to left, and the second priority is for the unary operator. Then your multiplication, division and modular will work. Then addition, then subtraction, then shift operator will work. After that, the relational operator will work, greater than, equals to, less than, equals to. Then the equality operator will work. And the lowest priority is for the assignment operators. Keep in mind, if you have the assignment operator in your expression, then that will execute in as a last order, right? And the associativity for that equals to is always right to left, right? So keep in mind this precedence order, because it will help you to make a logic also. And what should be the output of some equation, that you can identify only and only if you are knowing the precedence order of the operator, right? So you have to try this particular program by using the operator. You just need to use the equations to make a area of a circle from the radius. You just need to take one radius as a variable, store some radius value in a radius variable, and make a area function by using the equation of the circle. Such a program you can create. Radius you can take as a 1, as well as you can take as a 2, and find out the area by using the star operator with 3.14 pi value, and just calculate it and store into area and just print the area. So this is the program you can create by using the operator. Now this you have to try with yourself. You have to create one program that converts your Fahrenheit degree to the Celsius using the formula. This is the formula: Celsius equals to 5 divided by 9. In bracket you have to deduct the 32 from the Fahrenheit value. So this is the equation. By using this equation you have to make one program that actually converts your Fahrenheit to Celsius. And another program you have to try, that you need to convert your seconds into minutes and minutes into hours, right? Say for the example, I am giving the input for the seconds equals to 122, then it should be print 2 minutes and 2 seconds, right? So such a thing you have to create by using the operators, and you have to create such a programs, right? So here, hope you people are clear with the Java operators, and hope you will make such a programs that will demonstrate the use of Java operators. So I'm going to end this particular session now, and thank you for watching it. Thank you all of you.